Good morning. It's the 26th of November, and it's the last day of your festival, the Peranakan Chinese festival, and it's a great pleasure to be with you online. I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person, but I contracted COVID and really have spent this week recovering. But you have very able participants, Dr. Adrian Prakasa from Leiden, but you have with you offline my colleague and friend Ibu Chatrini Kabuntubu, who will speak to many of the themes which we're talking about in terms of harmony and the way in which different communities get on with each other. I would like to share just a little bit at the very beginning of this to tell you a little bit about the role of the Chinese, the Peranakan Chinese, in the life and the warp and woof of the economic experience of the great East Javanese kingdom of Majapahit, which was founded in 1293, founded actually incidentally partly through the success of its founder, Raden Wijaya, in defeating the Mongols, who had sent an expedition against Java, and lasted up into the early 16th century, by which time the family had split, and there was a division of the realm between Kediri and another part of East Java. So the Chinese presence is very visible, and it's very important to us because of their remnants. The remnants are first and foremost coinage. We find coins from the Southern Sung dynasty from the early part of the 12th century until the end of the 13th century. The Yuan dynasty, which was founded in the 1260s, and lasted through into the 1360s, and the Ming dynasty. So coins and the Chinese Peranakan Chinese were very important in the integuments of the economy and the monetization of that economy, and also the import of high quality trade goods like porcelain. So porcelain from the various dynastic epochs also helps us to actually date and trace the origins of the various parts of the great royal city of Majapahit, which you will be discussing and reflecting on under the aegis of Ibu Ali. Obviously, the theme of the conference is blending three cultures in Bali. And there were Balinese in Majapahit who returned to Bali after the fall of Majapahit in the early 16th century. It's obviously the indigenous Balinese community, and there are also Peranakan Chinese in Bali. And one of the interesting things about Majapahit, which stands at the crossroads, the frontier of really modern Indonesia, is the high degree, which I can see, of tolerance and acceptance. And that can be seen in various aspects. So one aspect is the graveyard of the rulers of Majapahit, of the ruling family, and there you can see in this graveyard of Hindu Buddhist kings, princesses, princes, Islamic tombstones, which actually have the symbol, the sunburst symbol of the Majapahit royal family on them, which indicates that these are honored members of the family. They entered Islam, they became Muslims in the course of the 12th, 13th, 14th century, and we know that the Chinese played a very important role in the Islamization of Java. Great apostles of Islam like Sunan Bonang, who was obviously of Chinese origin, and Sunan Giri, who had a Chinese army at his back. So that this graveyard, which I show one of the tombstones in, and the sunburst symbol of the royal family, is for me an indication of the tolerance and acceptance. And you can also see that at the Chatuspata, which is at the crossroads on the northern Alun-Alun, the northern Medan, to the north of the Keraton of Majapahit, where there were three shrines laid out, sejajar, in line. Yeah, one shrine for the Buddhists, another shrine for the Shaivites, another shrine for the Vaishnavites, those followers of Vishnu, Shiva, and the Lord Buddha. Yeah, so this indicates for me that basically Majapahit is a very Majamuk, very multifaceted, very interesting, intricate, and accepting society. And I think that spirit of acceptance, that spirit of embracing different faiths, living alongside different faiths, and celebrating different faiths is something which is now very much in evidence in Bali itself. And what you'll be discussing this morning is a celebration of that difference and that experience of working together, living together, and coexisting together. So, selamat berdiskusi. Enjoy your discussions, enjoy my brief presentation, and especially enjoy the great wealth of knowledge which Ibu Ari will bring to you this morning. Terima kasih. Yontas Kapangi Mali.